I am joined by Dylan Fox, who plays for FC Goa in the Indian Super League. Thank you for joining me, Dylan.
No problem, mate. Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
We'll start with a pretty straightforward question. Where did your love for football first start?
To be honest, it's all I remember as a kid. Just always loved football. Always kicking the ball. Mum always said from a young age. So just always had the love for it. It's always been my dream to play professional. So yeah, living my dream, as some would say.
Did you have any favorite players or heroes growing up? If so, who were they?
Yeah, as a youngster, it was definitely Cristiano Ronaldo. Um, and then when I started to get older and more of it into the defending, obviously, and I started to like Sergio Ramos quite a lot. So I do look up to him as he's a goal scorer as well as a great defender. So he's someone and a good athlete as well. So yeah, he's definitely he'd be the one.
And you played a couple of seasons in the NPL, and then you made the move up to the ALeague. So in that initial period, moving from a semi-pro setting to a professional setting like the ALeague,
Mhm.
did you struggle at all? And if so, what did you find the hardest?
Yeah, it's obviously quite a step up. I definitely noticed there's a lot more video analysis. That's the main thing, and yeah, to be honest, yeah, it's obviously a big step up, and I was 21 at the time, so I had to adapt pretty quickly. And obviously, as a young centre back, uh, you have to learn lessons pretty quick, and yeah, the transition, I felt like I did well in my first season, and then just kept progressing my career, and yeah, I'm grateful I got the opportunity.
And what do you remember about your professional debut? And personally, how do you think you went in that match?
Yeah, so my debut is the week. So the week before my debut, I knew I was going to start. So the whole week leading up to it, I was like, obviously thinking about it. My whole family goes, "Yeah, I'm going to be on TV." It's obviously quite nerve wracking, but yeah, I was just so pumped for it. And I look back at it now, and I still can't remember much about it. Just 90 minutes, just in the zone the whole time. Just give it everything, and I felt like I did okay in my first game. And yeah, I thought I did okay, and put my foot down in the A League, and sort of yeah, just enjoyed it. But my family all come over from Sydney over to Wellington, so it was good debut.
The A-League's had a lot of very, very good strikers. During your
Mm.
first season in the A-League, was there any strikers or attackers that you found particularly difficult to defend?
Yeah, so I think I'm not sure if it was the first year or the second year, but when me and Bruno Fornaroli used to have a lot of tussles, I remember thinking he's a good player, and even off the ball, me and him used to give it to each other. But yeah, he's a top striker and good guy. And I just remember it was my first season or second, but I remember like I'd be marking him, I'd try and get in front of him, and he'd start pinching me and this, in my and everything like that, doing this little stuff. I go, yeah, all right, this is what professional football is. So it was yeah, it was a good learning experience, and obviously in the A League you're coming up against some top strikers, Bersat Borussia as well. So I learned a few lessons growing up as a defender in the A League, and I feel like I'm got plenty more to show.
So after a couple of seasons with the Knicks, you moved on to Korea. How did that move
Mhm.
come about?
Yeah, so I don't think many people know about the story with this. So I actually got offered a contract towards the back end of my Wellington Phoenix season when I was coming off contract after 4 seasons. And I was looking at all my options. I wanted to see all my options, and this was the first thing that come up. And yeah, and I just kind of put it to the back burner. Obviously, got the offer, and I ended up playing against Sydney FC, and I tore my ankle ligament completely, like my syndesmosis. So complete ankle ligament tear. And I went to the Phoenix and obviously got my scans and everything. And they looked at it and said, look, it could heal conservatively. You don't need to get surgery. It's up to you. Um, and obviously, I spoke to my agent. My agent said to me, look, the team, they still want to sign you. I'm like, what do you mean? I've just torn my ankle ligament completely. Like, I'm in a boot. Could be getting surgery. And they go, I sent them all my scans. They said, look, yeah, well, he'll fine. Come over. We'll sign you. We'll do the rehab. We'll do this. It was supposed to be 8 to 10 weeks. the injury to come back. But obviously, being a foreign player, you go over there and they're going to push you. And in Korea, the training style is completely different. It's a lot of jumping, squats, everything. And it was actually my left ankle, which is my leaping ankle. So it was pushing me back every day. And every day I was in pain. Like, I come out of my boot in 5 weeks. It should have been 8 weeks coming out of the boot slowly into it. So it was actually a very prolonged process with my ankle. So it was a tough time in Korea coming back from that injury. And it's funny because when I got to the end of it, when I got towards the back end of the contract, in Korea, I just started to get fit. And obviously, as soon as I started to get fit, like, oh, we don't need you anymore. So then I was like, all right, come back to the Mariners. So I was like, all that time trying to get fit, finally felt good. And then the team was doing well, and I couldn't break into the team. So come back to Australia, the Mariners.
As you just
So that
mentioned,
was, yeah,
you did come back to Australia with the Mariners. You even
Mhm.
scored your first and only professional goal to this date there. So can you
yeah,
talk us through that goal and what was that moment like finally
yeah,
scoring?
yeah. It was a little bit jammy, I think. I think it went through two legs. Yeah, another one of those things you don't really think it, you just do it. Don't really remember much of it. The ball's just come over the back post, going for a header, swung a leg at it, going through two legs. So I'll take it. 50th game too. So yeah, not bad, not bad. I'm happy with it.
You moved to India with Northeast United. How much did you know about India before moving over there?
To be honest, not too much. All I knew was, so obviously in my last season at Wellington, I played with David Williams and Roy Krishna, and that was after that season they moved over there. So I kind of knew that they were there. I knew that Eric Pardew was there. You just kind of know a couple of names that are over there. I didn't know too much about the league. But then when the interests come after the Mariners season, I thought, look, it'd be a good opportunity, and I'm very happy I made that step. And I look at careers like Eric Pardew, like he's such a humble guy, top player, and he's someone I want to follow in those footsteps, And he's been really good in guiding and talking to the boys that come over last season, and he's been he's been top.
Was there anything when you first moved to India that was a bit of a culture shock for you?
Not really, because we went straight into a hotel, so there wasn't too much to do over there. But no, not really culture shock. I think the people are lovely. The fans are fanatics. I have nothing but good things to say about India. I love it, so that's why I'm going back.
And you've had some really, really exceptional form so far in India with Northeast United last season. What is it about the ISL you think that brings out the best in you?
Look, I don't think in general it's the ISL. I just think that it's consistent game time. If you look throughout my career, my first season, I think I played 12 games. I ended up getting under 23 player of the year. The next season, I only played 5 games. The year after, I played 15, ended up getting players player of the year. Next season, I played 5 games. Now this last season, I played 21. And it's just all about getting consistent game time for me and having a coach that trusts me and plays me. So that's kind of my thing, is consistent game time, so I can show everyone what I can do. And I think that's probably my best asset, consistent performance. That's if you look at my career, you look at the games played. I think that's the main thing. So I don't think it's just like between the ALeague or ISL the difference, because I don't see there's much difference there. There's top foreigners in both. Maybe just a different type of style. I think in Australia there's a lot more playing out from the back, but I don't think there's too much difference for me. But I really enjoyed playing in India.
One of the worst kept secrets over the transfer window was your move to FC Goa. It's been
Yeah,
officially confirmed now. So, how are you liking your relationship with the club so far?
yeah. The club's been phenomenal and top, and I have nothing good to say about Goa. Obviously, last season playing against them, you can tell how professional the team is, the way they play, and before coming over to India, to be honest, you look at the 4 best teams, you'd think it would be ATK, Mumbai, Goa, and Bengaluru, and obviously there's a few other teams, but they're the kind of ones that stand out, you know. So yeah, very happy to sign for Goa, and I'm really excited to get the season going.
So this question might put you in a bit of a tricky situation, but you're born in Northern Ireland. So if you had the chance, would you represent Northern Ireland or the Socceroos?
Whoever would take me first, mate. Whoever would take me first, that would be the option. Definitely. So
That's
I
a
think I think Australia's got plenty of good centre backs, so it's going to be very difficult there. So I don't know. Northern Ireland, I think, is probably my best bet. Yeah, but
that's
even
a
they've got top players there. They got championship players and League One players over in England. So I think I've still got a lot of work to do.
that's a very very good safe answer there.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
with FC Goa, what are your goals and plans for 2021? Like, what can we expect from you? What are you hoping to achieve?
Yeah, so I think going from last season, if I'm to be honest, looking at my performances, I feel like last season was 65-70% of what I know I'm capable of. Obviously, I'm 27 now. Last season I was 26, and I feel I haven't even shown my best yet. So last season I feel like I was sound defensively, but I've still got so much more to show with the ball. Like last season, we didn't have to do too much. Obviously, our game style was a little bit different. Obviously, I've wanted to test myself, challenge myself from Goa, and I know I can be one of the best defenders this season in the league, and I can't wait to show the club, and I can't wait to get started.
Well, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, Dylan. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No problem. It's been great talking to you.